Chris, I hear we have another massive investment that's being made in the state of Ohio.
We do. And
what is it?
Billion with a B, so not billion. But Google is investing an additional $1 billion into Ohio, Central Ohio specifically, to expand their data centers. And so here, just outside of Columbus, there's actually a bunch of data centers for global tech companies like Google, Facebook, and Amazon, where they literally help power and take data that's, going to google.com, doing some search engines, uploading pictures to Instagram. And so as part of that, Google is going to double down and continue developing and building, and they're going to pump $1 billion into it. And I believe they're buying 618 acres of land to do it.
Wow, that is amazing. $1 billion in Central Ohio, following on Amazon's $5.9 billion investment in Ohio, creating 41,000 jobs. That's just a stat I picked up from JP Nassif and his LinkedIn post the other day. So on a tear. And then you mentioned Facebook, and we have to say that Facebook is got to take this opportunity, right? They are supporting Ohio Tech Day, which, once again, critical event that everyone must attend. Give us the quick rundown on Ohio Tech Day.
Yeah, Ohio Tech Day, Friday, September 24th, presented by Facebook. It's going to be a statewide celebration of tech in Ohio, the people who make it happen, the companies behind it. And also we're going to use the day to help inspire high school kids, to show them that you can build an amazing tech career from Ohio. You don't have to leave Ohio to do it, whether you build or join a startup here in town, whether you work for a global Silicon Valley-based company like Facebook, you can do it from Ohio, build a great career. So we're incredibly thankful to Facebook for their partnership and helping make the day possible. Head to ohiotechday.org/partners. You can see all the different companies, schools, organizations that are helping make it possible. We're really looking forward to it, and the list keeps growing and growing.
Yeah. I mean, look, at seeing this $1 billion investment from Google, Ohio Tech Day has always been a meaningful event, but it takes on an ultra meaningful, position, because Google's going to need, technically inclined people to fill those support roles. So that is great to see. What's next on the agenda? What else happened this week?
Yeah, so another cool one is a partnership between Columbus-based Root Insurance, which is an insurtech startup that went public just about a year ago. And they've partnered with Carvana, which is the online used car dealer. And so it's basically going to be a $126 million investment from Carvana into Root Insurance. But it'll essentially be a one-stop shop. So you can go buy your new car, but then bundle it with your insurance options that Root powers. So it's really cool to kind of see a tech company, but these partnerships between now big cos or publicly traded companies, kind of going from startup to now, really solidified and working in big major partnerships between other big companies. So kind of the bundling of that entire car buying experience.
Right. Disruption is the key word. So they're clearly going after, that model, right?
Yeah, and I remember when I'm the type to buy a car and drive it for 15 years. So really the one car I've bought after, the car I got in high school, I remember buying it and literally having to sit there in the lot, like, do you have insurance? No, hold on, let me call, because I got to get the new VIN. I got to get this. You're like juggling. It's like, it's a chicken or egg, which comes first, the insurance or the car, and you can't have one without the other. So to be able to do it in one stop is pretty cool.
Yeah, no doubt. That's great to see. So what else? We have another big story happening this week, right? Another major,
a cool one that we pulled, which was Goodyear Ventures. So Goodyear, the tire company based in Akron, Ohio, they invested in an EV, electric vehicle charging and software company called AmpUp. But I think this is cool for a lot of reasons. But we've talked a ton, whether it's Voltage Valley up in your part of the state, Mahoning Valley, or some of the EV autonomous vehicle, kind of that future of transportation, the future of how we travel. Here's a big another big publicly traded legacy company that's been around for decades, that is kind of investing in the future of. And I think as we think about, what the next 5, 10, 15, 25 years are going to store, things like EV, charging, batteries, those things will only become more and more important. And so to have an Ohio company that's been around for a long time, really rich and proud tradition here in Ohio, investing in the future is really fun to see. And so I love pulling these stories of, the businesses that have been around. We talk a lot about startups and fundraising, but today we've talked about big publicly traded companies and the innovative work they're doing.
Well, it's interesting. The famous marketing question do you know what business you're actually in? And clearly Goodyear is in the mobility business, right? They're in the transportation business. Sure, they're known for making tires and all the polymers and the chemical, just the whole process around their legacy tire business. But clearly they're focused on their future as well. So they know they're in the mobility, transportation, and that type of business. So great to see a well-respected company like Goodyear making investments and continuing to innovate.
Absolutely, yeah.
So well, now that we got the Ohio Tech Day plug in early, how do we close today? Was there anything?
Well, I mean, OhioTechDay.org. We'll keep at it, and people can really check it out. Again, we keep adding companies, schools, and organizations. There's no cost to participate. What we say is big or small, virtual and in person. If you want to help celebrate tech in Ohio, your people that are making it happen, but also really just building up this ecosystem so we can continue building up the tech economy, the innovation economy in Ohio. Consider joining us. Get involved. Again, big, small, virtual, in person. There's no right, wrong way to do it. Really just a day to celebrate what's happening and also hopefully inspire some kids to build their careers in tech right here in the Buckeye State.
Sounds great, Chris. Well, another big week. Every week is the next biggest week. So
every week's the biggest week. Yeah, we got billions this week. We'll see what we get next week.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
See you, Jeff.